I just want to show you quickly how to create an EC2 instance. Okay, so let's log back in to your console. This is the URL. That's it there. Make sure you note that URL. And here you put your user email if you are logging in as a root user, which is not recommended, but for the purpose of just creating an EC2 instance, we'll use that, and then we'll hit next. We'll put our password. Then you come to your services, right? Your services tab. That's where it is. This, you come here, right? Or you come on type EC2 here. I know that's the EC2, but you can come to each or any of those places to get your EC2 service, and then we click on EC2. We click on Launch Instance. Launch Instance. We give it a name. We come down here and select an image, a virtual image. This is AWS, Amazon Linux. If you want to use a Mac OS, if you want to use Ubuntu or Red Hat or Windows, I'll take Ubuntu in this case. And then you check if your system is an AMD, you select 64-bit. If it's an ARM, then you go for this. But mine is a 64-bit times 86 system, and then you select that, and then you come to your instance type. This is tells you the spec of your instance, your CPU, your compute spec, so your memory and your CPU. For now, let's go for free tier, but you have a number of choices to make, but free tier T2 Micro is the one to go for if you're just starting. And then your key pair, this will enable us to log in on to get access into our system at the back end. So you select your key pair. I'll do another video on how to create a key pair. So for the purpose of this, I'll select my key pair, and then your network settings. You want your computer, your instance, to be created in a private network. So your virtual private cloud network, you select your VPC, your subnet, and make sure the system you're trying to create is enabled to have a public IP, so people can access your system from outside, from the internet. So I just want to hit edit, so you can, if you have more than one VPCs, I'll do a video on VPC. You can select your VPC, and then you pick your subnet, and make sure your subnet, for you to be able to enable your instance to have a public IP, your subnet must be a public subnet. In other words, your subnet must be a public subnet, basically. I'll talk about that later in another video. And then you either create a security group, which is a firewall, or an existing one that you already have. I'll choose the existing one I already have, because I'm going to do another video on how to create a security group. Great. So I'll just hit that one, and this is your storage configuration. I'll leave it at 8 GB, and the number of instances, I'll leave it at 1, and then we'll launch our instance, and then we'll watch it's a success, and then we select instances there, and this is a previous instance, but this is the new one we just created, and we wait for it to show running. So we'll just refresh a little bit. Oh, great. So that's running. So this is how to create your instance. If you select the instance, you'll see more details on your firewall, your networking, your storage, your status checks from the Amazon perspective and from your perspective on this side, right? And then your monitoring dashboard and any tags you've given. So we'll talk about all these in a later video. I want to do short videos that go straight to the point and show you what to do, and I don't want to talk too much. So if you think you've learned something today, well, yeah, you can do me a favor by hitting the like button, telling me what you learned, a comment, and subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. Hello, this is Ufoma again. I want to show you how to create a key pair. Key pairs are used as security tools that are used to enable a user to log into an instance at the back end. So quickly, let's go. Let's assume right now we have 2 instances running. Let's take my new instance, right? We want to log into this instance and there is no key pair, right? Then what do we need to do? We need to create a key pair. The first thing you need to do is to scroll down. Under your network and security, you will see key pairs. Select key pair, come straight to create a key pair. Give it a name that you want, new key pair. You leave it at the RSA option, and then always select the .pem option, except probably you're using Windows and you need to use PuTTY, but just leave it at the .pem option. And then if you like, you create a tag. So let's create a key pair. And voila, we're done. That's a new key pair. That's it there. And for you to know, your key pair downloads the .pem file. It actually downloads it in your computer. So what you need to do is to make sure you locate where it's downloaded. Go to my downloads file, and that's my new key pair, right? So if you think you've learned something in this video, you can subscribe. It will do me a great favor. Follow me, put a comment down on what you've learned, how to create a new key pair. I'll just quickly show you how to use it. So you come to an instance, you click Launch Instances. Great, you give your instance a name. Okay, we've gone through this before, but this is how to use a key pair. After filling all this information, you come straight down to the point you have to where you find key pair. So here you select the key pair you just created, and that's how to use a key pair. And then you fill in the other information. If you look at my video how to create launch an EC2 instance, you will see where I used this key pair. I used the key pair when we got to this section. So this is how to create a key pair and how to use it. If you feel this video is informative and you've learned something, do me well to subscribe, hit the like button so you get more short videos like this, and also put a comment, 1 or 2 below, on what you want me to a video you want me to make. Thank you. See you next time. Hello, all right, this is Ufoma, and in this video I want to show you how to gain access into your virtual computer, your virtual server. So the way to gain access into your virtual server is through an SSH protocol. And one of the videos, you will see one of my videos, how to create an SSH key pair, right? A key pair for SSHing into your remote server. So we'll go ahead straight away and launch into our server. So I'll take this new instance, right? You select your instance, that's the first thing you do. And then in your instance, you look for your public IP. And here you have your public IP. You select your public IP, and then you go to your terminal or you go to your terminal. Right, in your terminal, you locate the place where your key pair. In your terminal, you need to CD to the location of your key pair, the downloaded key pair. Remember, when you create your key pair, the part of that key pair is downloaded, and in your system, in your local computer, you need to CD into that very location from where you can SSH into your key pair. So if I ls this, I see that I have one key pair there. I have another key pair here. So, I mean, let me use this one, right? I can decide to use this key pair, right? So what I need to do here is you use SSH, that's the protocol, in an interactive mode. Then the key pair name, .pem, always remember to put the file type, and then what kind of AMI are you using? Are you using Red Hat? Are you using Amazon? If it's Amazon, then you should be using EC2 user, right? If it's Debian, Ubuntu, you need to use Ubuntu. So I'm using Debian Ubuntu. So Ubuntu at your public IP, the one we copied earlier, and then you hit enter, you hit yes. Yes, and that's the way to SSH into your EC2 instance. If you think this video is informative and you like what you just learned, put a comment below. You know, you do me a great favor if you subscribe and hit the like button, and you know, let me know what you want me to create next. Thank you. Bye.